Amy, you've just done a set which is, you know, clearly Amy Winehouse, soul singer, you know, and we don't get to hear that kind of music, you know, in real life very often, but we do hear it on record. Presumably you heard this kind of music first on record as well.
Yes.
So who was it?
When I was younger, I didn't really listen to a lot of soul, but in the last year, I've got very into Motown girl groups and that kind of thing.
Just in the last year?
Yeah, no, maybe year and a half, yeah.
Well, it seems like it's in your bones.
Yeah, no, I mean, I liked Otis Redding when I was younger. I've liked Otis Redding from about 14 or 15. But I listened to hip-hop and jazz for so many years that it just took me a while to... I mean, that's pretty much it. Soul comes in the middle of, like, you know, it goes jazz, soul, Motown, then hip-hop, you know, obviously. So, obviously, I've gone in the middle of them too. But just recently I've been listening to a lot of gospel singers, like Mahalia Jackson and Aretha Franklin. So I love gospel singers because gospel's so truthful. There's nothing, you know, I mean, I'm not religious, but there's nothing more pure than the relationship you have with, you know, your God or what you believe in, your faith. You know, there's nothing stronger than that, apart from your love of music. So gospel to me is very inspirational.
It's our musicians and our artists who are the prophets of today. Because a prophet, biblically speaking, isn't a fortune teller. A prophet is somebody who tells it how it is, who can hopefully see things the way God sees things, so tell you how things really are, as opposed to the way that people might think they are. When you have people singing rock and roll songs or pop songs or whatever it is, I think that gives you a window into where society is. The musicians don't create that, they just reflect it. And then sometimes you do get people writing really insightful and beautiful pieces that they've brought here, and it does feel nearly like an act of praise or an act of worship to have them performed in this space.
When you're a singer and you haven't heard someone like Mahalia Jackson until later in life, that must make you reassess yourself as a singer.
You just kind of... There's a lot of singers who, if you are singing and you don't know certain people's works intimately, you give up. Sarah Vaughan, Minnie Riperton is another singer like that. Mahalia Jackson, Dinah Washington, Kim Burrell is another one. And to see, for live performances, you have to see Colleen Anderson at least 3 times in your life. You have to.
Yeah.
She's someone who I'll sit around the venue all day just to hear her sound check, all day. She did a version of Don't Look Back in Anger, and I was just crying. Oh.
Take me to the place where you go, where nobody knows if it's night or day. And please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. We'll throw it all away. So I'll start a revolution from my bed. 'Cause you said the brains I had weren't in summertime's in bloom. Stand up beside the fireplace and take that look from off your face, 'cause you ain't ever gonna burn my heart out. All I do is wait. I know it's too late as they're walking on by.
They're very inspirational people, but they're also very, very hard to emulate because they are so extraordinary, some of these people you talk.
Well, I admire both their, what's that word, dexterity,
Yeah.
and but also the way they stand out. You know, you can't. They're very. You know, there's singers like Ella Fitzgerald. I would say she was one of the greatest singers of all time, but she knew how to carry a tune. To me, really, she doesn't stand out because she just sounded like a lot of other people. You can hear her and go, "Oh, that's Ella Fitzgerald," but it's not like she stood out. You know.
Would you prefer Sarah Vaughan to Ella Fitzgerald?
Easily.
Yeah.
Sarah Vaughan's like one of my favourite singers of all time. Sarah Vaughan was an instrument. I've heard her on record humming. She does like a humming solo. She sounds like a reed instrument. She actually sounds like a clarinet or something.
Yeah.
It's mad.
And that ain't good. The weekend's over, and Monday rolls around. I end up like I started, just crying my poor heart out. Lord, Lord above me, make him love me the way he should. I got it bad, and that ain't good.
When you started to sing, first of all, was it singers like Sarah Vaughan that you were trying to copy or be? Or?
No, I think I came to Sarah Vaughan a lot later. I was about 18. But when I started listening to Ella Fitzgerald, and then I was like, my brother had all the good stuff, and my brother was like, Dinah Washington. And so I learnt to sing from Dinah Washington a lot. But I learnt to sing from listening to stuff like Monk and a lot of soloists. That's how I learnt to sing as well, rather than just listening to singers. Because I loved jazz. It wasn't really the vocal jazz. I just loved jazz. So I learnt from everything, really.
And when you started to perform as a jazz